am heading into the bins. I'm in Orlando. I'm at one of their bin locations, Goodwill bins. Let's see what we can get here. Everything looks very calm here at the bins location I'm at here in Orlando, but it gets out of control. The woman there on the left in the red, watch her because you'll see her later. She's one of the ones that kind of battle it out. I think she's the most vocal. This is the second time I've been to this bins location in Orlando. Orlando has a couple different bins locations, and I mistakenly came to this one twice, thought I was going to a different one on a road trip with my van, and decided to kind of make it, a little different, getting off the tourist track and into the back roads and areas. Now, there's no real back roads in Orlando, but I want to go to places that I normally wouldn't go to. And so I pulled up, I've been to bin locations before. I resell and flip things when I can. The bins is a good place to pick up things. This location has a lot of good stuff. There's certainly a lot of people here working. And when I say working, I mean people that are flipping. A lot of these people were looking things up to see what they could flip it for. Typically, when I go to the bins, I carry a bag and I go quickly and pick things up and put them in my bag. I didn't have my bag with me. I'm a little bit unprepared, but I'm putting things in my cart. The music here is loud, so I'm trying to. I apologize, but I'm trying to not have copyright problems. So I'm looking through the bins for different things, brand names, things with tags, new with tags, at the bin locations. And I always call them the garbage bins. Typically, they're a lot of trash, where most of the bin locations that I go to. I go to different bin locations, and a lot of it tends to be garbage. This really wasn't garbage, but there's a lot of people. You can see this location really, really big. And I don't think I recorded it, but there are a lot of people here, a lot of ladies that bring their babies and infants and put them in these carts and then kind of cover them up. So they bring their kids, and I don't judge them for that. I mean, I think it's a little different, but who knows? This could be the way that they're providing for their family. So I don't discredit them in any way. I mean, they're working hard for this. You got to work hard. You got to dig through these things. You got to find the right thing. You got to have a lot of luck, but you got to work hard to kind of find that stuff. And I'm looking at different things. And most of this is pretty calm, me just looking at things. But as you saw at the beginning of this video, things get a bit chaotic. And I decide, because this is my second time, I'm comfortable, I put myself right in the middle of that chaos. So continue to watch because it gets chaotic. And I decided to throw myself right in the middle of it to see what all the fun and the action is. And let me clarify a little bit on what I mean about garbage bins. I call these the Goodwill garbage bins because many of the bin locations that I go to are not this nice. They're not this nice. These clothes are nice. You could wear them. They have, some of them have stains and rips and tears, and you got to look through them. But I go to bin locations that the majority of them are just trash clothes. And remember, this is the last stop for all the donations for Goodwill. They call it a Goodwill wholesale. We call it the bins because of the bins. It's Goodwill wholesale. This is really the last stop before these things are thrown away or sold in bulk or whatever they do. Remember, 85% or more of all the donations that come through Goodwill get thrown away. They end up in the landfill. They're only selling maybe 20% of the stuff at most that comes through. Most of it ends up in the landfill. The bins keep things sold for Goodwill, but also keep them from going into the landfill. So people that say, "Hey, you're taking away from people that are getting clothes," no, I'm not. I'm keeping them out of the landfill. I'm trying to dig through and find the treasures that I can sell and make money on, and really give to people that would have to pay full price on. There's sometimes I get just golden treasures here. Like I'll find a treasure every once in a while that you'd have to pay, a lot of money for retail wise, and you can get it for next to nothing when I put it online. But it takes a lot of work, like a lot of digging. You can see all the work that goes in this. I am not going to really shorten this video down much. I'm taking a little bit out because I was there longer than the video, but there's a lot of work that goes in here. And I didn't get that much stuff this time around. There's another location, another bin location that I went to a different state that I'll have a video coming out that I get a ton of stuff. And it was not this nice, not this big. It was a bit competitive, maybe not this violently competitive, but it was a bit competitive. And I got stuff right in front of me here. I think that's a woman with her baby. Her baby's covered up. I try to avoid filming that. They're not exactly the friendliest at some of the management team at Goodwill to allow filming. I didn't even ask if they allowed filming at this. If you don't ask, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. I did not ask at this location. Typically, they are fine, but I will show you other bin locations that kind of was going to throw me out, were on my tail, and didn't like the filming. I want to just show you what goes on. And my wife, my wife usually sits in the car when I go to these and when we travel. She does not want to participate in this. She doesn't want to fight with everybody, battle with people, because it is a battle. Like there are times that they have less bins and it's a battle. You're confined in a little space and it battles. And you'll see a battle go on here. And I don't need to battle over clothes. There's plenty of things to go around. But when they bring out new bins, boy, oh boy, it's kind of like fresh meat for hungry animals. It is a crazy, crazy time. It's entertaining. It's sad to see people fight over this. And when I get in that bin, I let people in and being nice to people. But let's see what goes on here. Let's continue to watch the boring bins part, just so you can see the work that is put in to get the clothes, to get the items, to sell online. One thing I do notice here is this orange shirt, and I recognize it. It is a Remington hunting shirt. So they're kind of heavy duty and not something that people in Florida are going to pick up or really have much of an interest in this location in Orlando. Not probably not a lot of hunting going on, but it is something I pick up. There's no wear on it. It looks great condition. I actually just posted that online on eBay. So I'll put a link in my eBay site. If it's still available, you can take a look at it. I don't remember what I priced it at, but some of these things I actually put on my eBay site. I'm a little bit picky because, first of all, I'm traveling in my van. I do not have a lot of space. I'm only picking up things that are in great condition, that I are have some value or some interest or something a little bit different, and that I think I can sell, or are extremely interesting that I've never seen before. I'm not just picking up random clothes because you could pick up a ton of just random items and walk out there with a very inexpensive bill and post them and eventually make money on them. But I don't have the space. I don't have the room. I already have, by the end of this trip, I will have the roof filled with cases of things, and the inside of the van packed with stuff, all secured, locked down, watertight, sealed, all that stuff. But I run out of room by the end of this trip. Sanity. Nice fight. This is the dumping ground. Take that. Size 18.5. it takes a lot of work to make some money at the bins. I'm next to a couple that have piled things into their cart and they're just grabbing it and pulling things out. They're actually sorting. What happens is they'll bring out a new container, a new bin, and people will just pile things into their cart, which is fine. And then they go to a corner or somewhere like here, like an end, and sort through it and then throw things out. I'm actually digging through the stuff that they're discarding because sometimes they get carts and carts full, more than they can handle. And they're just being really random at what they throw out. And there are times I've picked out of their picks and made money on that stuff. For they may be going after certain things and don't want certain things that I can make money on, or they may not know what they're looking for. So there's nothing wrong with digging through that. And again, this is hard work. Like you'll see the woman there on the left, piles full of clothes. She's sorting through her clothes. Nothing wrong with that. If you fill up your cart, you can sort through it later. Just don't throw it on the ground. Here's a family here that's working hard to support for their family. Like you can do this. You can make a living, but it is a lot of work. That's a husband-wife group with their kid. Nothing wrong with that. Now, I come around the corner and things get crazy here, so continue watching. You can't throw stuff on the ground. They're mine if you throw them on the ground. I don't know what you're saying, but I don't care. Help yourself. Thank you.
Chacun a pris pépé, mon qui te bien peine.
Excuse me. All right, what you just saw there is I decided to get into the new bin that was put out, and there was a woman there that was actually just shoveling things out and throwing it on the ground. You can't do that. They usually will yell at you. Here, sometimes they just don't enforce the rules. The other day I was here, they were enforcing them strongly. I guess it depends on who's working. But you can pull out stuff, put it in your basket, but you can't throw it on the ground. Like if she shoveled the entire bin onto the ground, she'd just say that's hers. You can't do that. That's not right. And she was not happy with me, but she was fighting with somebody else before I walked up there. Here I am. I'm looking through the things that I got in that bin and deciding, am I going to keep them? Am I not going to keep them? And remember, I'm being really, really picky because I don't have that much space in my van. I'm traveling. Normally, I would just kind of take it all and we'll sort through it. Maybe I'll make a couple bucks on something, and overall, I'll make money on them. I don't have to be too picky, but here I'm being a little bit picky. That green thing there is a putt-putt thing, and I use it as entertainment on our trip. It's not something I'm going to sell, but now I'm going to check out and head out, but hopefully you enjoyed, and I've got more bin excitement coming in other videos. Thank you much.